What is going on, guys? This is Chimpact bringing you guys another battle. But before I start the battle, I would like to say that I am doing a shiny Aegislash giveaway. This Aegislash has 531 IVs and a 29 special defense IV. So it has 31 IVs and 5 stats, 29 in special defense. To enter, you just have to like the video, comment down below something you liked about the video or whatever. And if you haven't subscribed already, just subscribe. It's not necessary, but I'd really appreciate it. And I'll be giving it away sometime next week in a video or something like that. So let's get started with the battle. This is the battle I had before one of my finals. I was really anxious to get it over with, and I couldn't sleep, so I decided to go on Twitter and ask some people for battles, and this guy challenged me. So I decided to use a different team. As you can see, I do have a Charizard, Mandibuzz, and all that. So he actually has Mega Medicham, because it's obvious that none of his other Pokemon are going to be Megas because Medicham is so bad. So I lead out with Tangrowth, and unfortunately my favorite move is not on this Tangrowth knockoff, and it could have definitely helped in this battle, unfortunately, but whatever. He's going to lead out with Mega Medicham and just go for the fake out so that he ensures that he's Mega'd before anything else happens. If he didn't have fake out, he would be forced to run Protect or take a big hit from my Tangrowth. So just gonna go for the fake out. I thought that he would try to stay in and go for a big hit, thinking that it might be able to take me out, but obviously he's not capable of doing that. So I'm just gonna go for Leech Seed because I kind of expected him to switch out, and even if he went for a big hit, I could just Leech Seed and then switch out to Skarmory, and I don't think he would be able to 2-hit KO me after Leech Seed recovery. So I missed the Leech Seed actually on his Chansey. That's unfortunate. So I'm gonna go out to Skarmory to try to dodge the Toxic that's probably coming. But he goes for the T-Wave, which is kind of unfortunate. The Parahax might get to me. And he's actually going to switch out. He does have a Defog user in his Mandibuzz, so I have to I have to make sure that all my spikes are just there to stay, because he could easily just defog them away at any given time. And since I don't have knockoff or toxic on my Tangrowth, I can't really be switching it in freely. So I do decide to go out into my Mandibuzz because I know it can take a Volt Switch, and I know that Tangrowth can take a Volt Switch better, but if I switched out to Tangrowth, that would give him a free opportunity to go out into his Mandibuzz. And I didn't really want that to happen, because at least my Mandibuzz can go for a knockoff on his own Mandibuzz, and I'd rather his Mandibuzz be knocked off. I don't really care about my own because it's not really walling his team. So he's going to full switch out into his Mega Medicham, and I'm going to switch out and go out into my Azumarill, which is max speed, or not max speed, max HP. So I think that I'll be able to take this high jump kick pretty well, because I do resist since I'm fairy type, but that does over half, and that does way more than I expected it to do. And I actually thought that I had leftovers on this, but this is actually, I think it's a Brave Azumarill that I use for doubles. So he's actually going to go out into his Mandibuzz. I was surprised that he really didn't try to take me out. I actually think I have Protect on this Azumarill, which is kind of funny because that would have destroyed his jump kick. But he's actually going to go for the Foul Play, which I definitely found interesting. So I'm going to go for the Play Rough, and that's definitely not going to be able to take it out. I think he's max in defenses, his defense and HP. So I'm going to go for another Play Rough. Now right here I make a misplay. I wasn't too sure if it was actually a misplay or not, because I wasn't sure if Superpower would be able to take it out. But he goes for another foul play, and unfortunately for me, I missed the Play Rough, which is huge, because this Mandibuzz is super annoying, and I have no idea why he stayed in and went for another foul play, because it's I definitely would not have made that play, because it's pretty obvious that he wasn't going to be able to take me out with another foul play, because I do resist. So I'm going to switch out and go out into my shiny Charizard. Bred it myself. Very proud of this thing. Just like my Greninja, it's black and red, not bad. And he's actually going to switch out into his Chansey, and I'm just going to go for the immediate Flare Blitz. I don't want to get knocked off. Actually, it wouldn't matter if I got knocked off. I don't want to get Toxic by his Mandibuzz. So I'm gonna Mega Evolve, go Mega, and Flare Blitz his Chansey. Now, I obviously am going to take a ton of recoil and go down to almost half. And I'm just going to go for Flare Blitz again, because even though I'm pretty sure that Dragon Claw would be able to take it out, but I really wanted this Chansey to suffer, so I went for another Flare Blitz to ensure that it's not coming back. So My Charizard is at really low amount of HP just because of all the recoil that I did take from the Flare Blitz. Goes out to Heracross. It's pretty obvious that since it's not his Mega, he's probably going to be Choice Scarfed, especially since the way that he brought it in. There's no reason why you would bring in Heracross unless it's a huge bluff, and if you're going to bluff this early in the game, it's kind of not worth it. So I'm actually going to go out to Tangrowth. It is a bug type, but I figure that if he's Scarfed, then he's going to want to go for the Stone Edge because I do have a Skarmory. Charizard, if he went for close combat, it's whatever. I would be able to eat it up anyway. And now he's going to go out to Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is looking pretty weak, so I actually double switch right here because I knew that I wouldn't be able to beat his Mandibuzz one-on-one, and since he was locked in the Stone Edge, he would want to switch out into a Pokemon that Tangrowth can't really handle that well, which is Mandibuzz. And I am a Life Orb Greninja, so I know I'll be able to take this thing out with an Ice Beam. As he goes out, or do I go for Ice Beam? Yes, I go for Ice Beam. And this Ice Beam does a decent amount of damage to his Rotom. I was definitely impressed by the amount of damage that it did. It did about 30%, I think. And I go for Spikes right here, trying to catch him off guard. There was no reason for me to do this because I do have a Tangrowth, but it's whatever. I figured that he wouldn't expect me to go for Spikes because I already have Spikes on Skarmory. But he goes for a Hydro Pump, and that's that's absolutely devastating because my Greninja was definitely an offensive threat to his team because it outsped his entire team. So I'm going to go out to Charizard, Lizardon, and I thought that I would be able to take a Hydro Pump and I would just keep on roosting until he missed. And I would be at a good amount of HP. And I would be able to take it out with a Dragon Claw probably. But he hits me with a Hydro Pump and that just straight knocks me out. So I was definitely surprised at that. I thought he would actually want to switch out, preserving his Rotom for later. But that's not the case, so I'm just going to go out to Tangrowth. I probably should have done this before, but it's whatever. I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed. And at this point, I don't have Toxic, so this Mandibuzz is really just going to wear me down because I really can't do anything to it. I have Leaf Storm, I have Earthquake, I have Stun Spore, and I have Leech Seed, I think. And yeah, I don't have Sleep Powder because I was too lazy to get a Heart Skill, and I don't have Toxic because I don't know why I don't have Toxic. I probably should have gave it Toxic over Stun Spore. So I'm gonna go for Leaf Storm, expecting it to do a little bit more damage because I knew that he was physically defensive. And I thought that maybe if I got lucky, I would get a high damage roll and the Leech Seed damage would be able to knock it out after the leftovers. But he's been really healthy. Even though he's in the red, he's still got a significant amount of health left before he's gonna die off to the Leech Seed. And now I'm going to just switch out and I'm going to go out into my own Mandibuzz because I need to knock this thing off. And it's really just annoying. I don't think I can really wear it down that effectively. I still do have Skarmory, I believe, which can definitely beat Mandibuzz one-on-one since I know that he doesn't have Taunt. And obviously my Brave Birds are going to do more than his. And I think, I'm not sure if I have an item on this Skarmory in this game, but I think it has Rocky Helmet. So I'm just going to roost up. Just gonna remind you guys that I do battle at like 4 AM right before my final exam, so I don't have the right movesets on my Pokemon. I think my Mandibuzz doesn't even have Roost at this stage, so it's looking pretty bad for me because the only sort of recovery that I have on my Mandibuzz is Leech Seed, because I think he will be able to knock me off if he hasn't already. So I'm just going to continuously go for Leech Seed. He doesn't have Taunt, which is pretty good for me, but if he has Toxic, he would be able to destroy the rest of my team except Skarmory, and Skarmory is easily handled by his Rotom. So I'm actually just going to go for the Stun Spore expecting it to do something, but I forgot that he had Overcoat. And I'm actually going to just keep spamming moves that don't really hit Mandibuzz because he's really not going to be able to do anything to me. But so I really don't have a reason to switch, but I still can't do anything to him either because I don't have Toxic. If I had Toxic, this would be much more simpler because he would obviously be forced to switch out earlier, and I would be able to maybe Toxic multiple Pokemon or just get momentum with double switching, because it's kind of obvious when he's going to switch because he's going to get worn down and he's going to just want to roost up and then switch. So we're both at full, but it's really just looking bad for me because I don't have any other offensive Pokemon that can really handle his team. So he's gonna just go out into his Heracross. I really don't have. I have a Skarmory that can take on his Heracross, because obviously Heracross can't beat Skarmory, especially if it's Choice Scarf, which he obviously is. So I'm gonna switch out into Skarmory. I was kind of scared that he would double switch into his Rotom, but I was like, at this stage of the game I really can't do anything. I've been playing extremely recklessly with my offensive Pokemon, and yeah, it's I'm losing pretty badly because of how much I didn't care about saving my Pokemon. So he's gonna withdraw, and he's going to go out. It's obvious that he was gonna withdraw, so I was considering double switching, but I decided to just go for the Whirlwind, even though he did defog, hoping that like a reasonable matchup against something. And he goes out to Mega Medicham, which is nice because he might actually stay in, because he might. I'm paralyzed. He doesn't know what item I have. Oh, I do actually have Rocky Helmet on this thing, but I get fully paralyzed. That's whatever. I missed a play rough, and it's just been downhill since I missed that play rough. I think that put me on tilt because I really didn't care about the rest of the game, because that miss really cost me like a lot, because it forced me to rely on Charizard and Greninja, and I wasn't really having that. So gonna go out to Mandibuzz, hoping I can take a high jump kick, but I'm careful natured, and that's definitely not gonna be able to take the hit. And Tangrowth may be able to take a hit, but yeah, I think I'll be able to take an Ice Punch, but I can't take it out, and I get frozen anyway, so it's whatever. High Jump Kick does more damage than Ice Punch anyway because of stab, but Ice Punch does have 100% accuracy, and does have that 10% freeze rate. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I played terrible. I didn't really care about the game actually, but it was fun because it was 4 AM. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely watch out for the Aegislash giveaway, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.